Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Ken here from M&B Homestead. I've practiced on 2 other rooms. I had this down to a science now, so now we're going to film a really good hardwood flooring install. First we got to do is get the room ready, obviously. Get the carpet out. I got to get the baseboard heating covers off, which I kind of have off already. I'll show you the last little bit. You get them off any way you can. So we'll go over that. But one of the things I wanted to show you was getting the carpet up. I use a knife. This is actually a roofing knife blade, but it works for the carpet. Okay. And it hooks into the carpet quite nice and just kind of cuts it for you. So yes, Minnie and Bear are going to photobomb or video bomb, as you want to call it. Bear's had a hurt leg. We've been kind of keeping him calm for a little while. Couple days, he's getting anxious now. So is Minnie. They both want to be outside, even though it's like 10 degrees outside. So what I start doing, yeah, both of them are going to help here. You're never going to see me do it. Come on, guys, look out, look out. Okay. So I measure off roughly a 2-foot section, maybe, because it has to fit into a bag, and then just kind of hook the blade around the carpet. Get it past that little fun little tack strip, as they call it. As you can see it right here. Okay. There's nails that pop up and nails that go down. I have the scars on my fingers already to prove that, yeah, they're kind of sharp still. So, alright, you just kind of, and then I just get the knife in there and I use 2 hands and I draw it along. And it does a pretty good job of cutting the carpet up. And it even cuts the backing if you do it right. But I'm not worried about that. I can't keep it too straight of a line because my eyes are crooked, so. And then I figure about halfway to make the roll a little tighter for the garbage bag that we put it in. There. And you just peel it off. Keep going on the next one. I always like to cut from the wall to the next line. It's just easier. The carpet's kind of in place already. And it, I don't know, works out better, I guess. So that's that. And then we just kind of roll it up and maybe use some Harbor Freight duct tape because it's cheap. Tape the pieces up together nice and tight, and we throw them into a contractor bag to get taken out. Next you got to get is your baseboard heating cover off. And I've gotten some of the pieces off. They just kind of unsnap. If you have the metal ones, you'll figure it out. There's a little piece that snaps into here, and you just unsnap it. All right, we got to get this baseboard heating cover back plate off, and unfortunately the gentleman who built the house used nails to hold this on instead of like a drywall screw or something. It's going to make life a little more difficult. You have to be very careful of this section. This has your heating fins, the copper pipe that goes down through the middle where the hot water kind of flows in and out. So I got to be very careful popping those nails out. And then the fun part is getting this support bracket out because it's in a channel down at the bottom and up behind here. I'm not going to show you me wrestling this thing off the wall because I get a little boisterous with the curse words and that's not appropriate. So I'll show you getting the nails out, and then it's kind of You get these out somehow, and then once all these support brackets are out, this piece just kind of slides out. You have to kind of bend it around the pipe, the tubing. I'll take this baseboard off and then get it out and then slide it out from the back. So I find it easiest for me, kind of tall, is I just lay in the ground very carefully, pop the metal out at the top, push it back in, the nail head pops and becomes exposed, and then just pull the nail out. I go and I do the top ones first, and then I come back and try wrestling the bottom ones off without doing too much damage to the heating fins. They're like little pieces of aluminum, and they're sharp as razors. I have all the scars on my knuckles to prove it. And in some spots he used not one but two and sometimes three nails. So it's always fun to try to get these out. Now I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to hit a stud in the wall. Most walls, studs are 16-inch centers, so that you always, it's a kind of a building standard. And so that one did not go to a stud. That one didn't feel like it went in either. And then I bet this one did. Yeah, it was in. So when you have these pieces mostly come in 8-foot sections. This one was over 10 feet long. So they put a inline joint here, basically just covers up the seam and helps hold those two together. May prove to be difficult getting the whole back off. I try to keep things neat and orderly as I'm doing this, so I have less to clean up. So I put nails in a pile, I put all the other metal in a pile, and now what's shocking is there's not one here at the end. I believe this is it. Yep, last set of nails, and then for the top. So now I try to get the bottom as best I can, and the heating element has some give. The closer you get to the middle, the more it'll kind of bow out on you. You just have to be very careful you don't bend it too far. This is actually going quite nicely. Sometimes you get lucky and two nails pop at the same time, but not all the time. Bear's talking to us again. He's telling us he's mad that we're not out there playing with him. So kind of you get down and dirty job on this one. Get down on the ground and move around a little bit. You don't need to pop that back much, just enough to get the nail head to come out. And I'm using a cat's paw to pop it out. And I don't think I see any more nails. No. All right, all the nails are out. So all the nails are out. I just got to wrestle these brackets out now, and then try to get the back off. Sometimes you can pull the back off before you get the brackets out. I may try that. Again, I'm not gonna film that because it's a painful process. So I'll show you the end product when we're done, and then we'll continue on ripping the carpet out, get the carpet backing off, and then checking the floor to make sure that it's mostly level. You don't want any real big dips because the hardwood has to try to bend around that. If there is a big dip in the floor, we got to put some self-leveling compound down and just kind of let that do its thing first. So we'll keep you updated, and I'll see you soon.
Hey everybody, thought I would do a little voiceover here. My dad was helping me do the hardwood here, and I gotta say he was a tremendous help. He had every piece laid out for me so I could just move back and forth, nailing the boards down. We kind of talked during this time. I kind of wanted to keep those conversations private as we talked about life in general and the floor and stuff like that. So what you're seeing me do is get the last pieces in on that row, and then I come back down to the beginning of the next row. I always came to the beginning of the row and worked my way back to the end by the far wall in the fireplace. Some flooring professionals will nail the whole row in and then come back and nail the piece down, nail them all at once. I wanted to nail each individual piece in to make sure they were good and tight. You want to make sure those seams were nice and tight and sealed up. I did have a few small gaps here and there just because of the way the wood was made and or it just didn't fit together right. So what you're seeing me do is go down, I nail the pieces in, and then I fit the next piece. Here you see me, there's like a little defect in the wood by the seams. I wanted to make sure I got that taken care of and put it in. So I cut the wood out and I made it kind of fit better. It did work, and it did the job. The nailing gun that you see in the video is I bought that at Harbor Freight. Yes, I used a coupon and I got a really good deal on it. Most nailing guns go $300-400. Some of them are a little cheaper. This one I got for $100. I only had one misfire on the gun, and for a non-professional do-it-yourself or who's not going to do this for a living, this gun will more than adequately suffice and do the job. If you're a professional floorer, I would suggest a DeWalt or a Bostitch or a Bosch or something like that. That would do the job much better and probably last a lot longer. Again, you get what you pay for. That's what I'm trying to say. So we go on. We do pretty much the whole floor. I get pretty much the whole floor done, or I should say 3/4 of the floor done in this setting. And again, without my dad's help getting the boards laid out and his ability to have very little waste at the end, he could find pieces that would just fit or only have to have an inch cut off at the very end by the fireplace. Was phenomenal. I can't thank him enough. He's almost 80 years old, and he was helping me do this like it was nothing for him. So again, a big heartfelt thanks to my dad. So I'll put some background music on and let you enjoy nailing the wood down to the floor, and hopefully you picked up a few tips and tricks on that. Alright, thanks for watching, and watch till the end. You'll see the end products and the finished floors, etc. Thanks again. Okay, I changed the camera angle to give you a straight shot down the road we were working on here. The next couple minutes here is kind of normal speed. I sped up the last stuff to move it along a little bit. So I'm getting the piece fitted in. I bought a it was a hardwood floor kit that came with a plastic block, some spacers, and a metal piece that I kept in my back pocket, so that you could get into the tight spots and still make those joints and seams real snug. Had 2 angles on it. And there was some felt on the one side. You put the felt side down to the wood so you didn't scratch it, and it allowed you to snug those end pieces and tight fitting pieces like underneath the baseboard radiators that you can see there. So sometimes I would go 1 or 2 boards down and then come back and nail. I did go back to a single board nailing so that the boards didn't move as I was nailing them and get out of place, which they could do at times. So we went through this. We managed to make it pretty far on this day, I believe, and you'll see the end or the finished floor at the very end of the video.
Okay, everybody, this is the tail end of part 2 of the hardwood floors, and by the power of video editing and etc., we're at the end. I have everything all done and I wanted to show you how it looked. So taking a quick tour of the floors that I did my dining room, office was kind of lead into one another, and then I did my living room where I sit and watch TV and enjoy my fireplace. So I'm gonna get the camera spun around and get you on a tour and show you what we've done. So this is my dining room. As you can tell, dining room table. I'm getting ready. Got a special event happening in April. I'll tell you that in a different video. But as you can see, I got the floor done. So you really can't appreciate the hand hewn or the hand scraped flooring. See if I can get a better. There's kind of, you can see the ridges in the flooring right there, and that's kind of why we went with it. It's more of a rustic look. Okay. Replaced my baseboard covers, the heat covers. These are made by Coverlux, C-O-V-E-R space L-U-X-E. Google that. You'll appreciate their products. I really do. My extra box of wood in case I gotta make repairs. Okay. And then coming back, more of a back shot, you'll see a dining room, and you'll see over in here is where my office is, and you can see the transition I made. This piece right here, I custom made that. I wanted to start the office row right here as one row going across the whole wall here. So I started in that corner and went all the way down to that corner. Okay, so this is the office. I'm still kind of getting it together here. Again, the floor's done. There were two heater covers to put on, one there and then one underneath the table. My editing studio, if you want to call it my office. And then kind of, again, the rest of the floor. And so here's the living room. Looking at the whole living room, you can see the floor and etc. Again, you kind of can appreciate the waviness of the floor. You can see it right in this board here. It kind of waves like that. That was the look we were going for, the old hand-hewn floors. Again, the hot water-based heating system we have replaced. Not focusing very well, I apologize. There it goes. Oh, going back out again. So autofocus isn't kicking in like it's supposed to. So there's the Mini. There she is. She was quite the supervisor during the job. And still got to work on my surround sound, etc. Again, it's a temporary fix. We're looking to do something special over and you know, on that side and that side. It has to be uniform when we put it in. So, but this is the finished product, or the finished floors, and you can see I did a pretty good job getting it straight. And over here by the fireplace, I was going to cut the masonry and put the board underneath it. And I thought, no, I want it to just kind of go along the fireplace. And we're going to put a hearth rug over there to help protect the floor a little bit more. So that's it. Hardwood floors are done. Still learning on the video editing process and capturing the moments, etc. So I appreciate you guys bearing with us during this project. I'm learning a lot and having fun doing it. So I hope you're having fun watching these. And I appreciate your time, taking the time to watch these videos. Sorry this one was so long, but I wanted to get everything kind of wrapped up in 2 parts. So thanks for taking the time to watch it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, please subscribe, hit that bell to get notified of all videos. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.